After you create the schedule in Primavera Cloud with the work breakdown structure, with the activities, with the duration of the activities, and assign the predecessor, the relationship between the activities to create project. In this case, for example, it's 68 days for the total project durations. And now we can try to use and practice different relationships other than finish to start relationship. And that go to the problem number 2. Adjust the Primavera Cloud created in problem 1, which is the one we just created in the previous video. Consider the activity B has the A at predecessor with the relationships in the start to start plus 4 days of lag. So B is site clearance, can start 4 days after mobilization start. The finish start relationship between E and F is changed to Fs minus 5 days of lag. So E is rebar fabrication, rebar installation. The original schedule, we need to wait until the rebar fabrication to complete before we start rebar installation. However, the new relationship in problem 2 is you can lag negative 5 days or lead 5 days. Before rebar fabrication finish 5 days, we can start rebar installation immediately. So basically, before start 5 days, I can start rebar installation. So that is the second bullet point. And the last bullet point, activity I, is removed and replaced with relationship finish start plus 3 days of lag between activity H, which is concrete placements, and backfilling. So concrete current is, you can instead put it there at the activity, we can change it to a lag 3 days between the concrete placement and then backfilling, which means concrete placement finish, wait for 3 days, and then you can start backfilling. So with that, how can we adjust our schedule in Primavera Cloud? So with that, the first one is site clearance can start 3 days, 4 days. Let's show here 4 days after A start. So you can go there and again go to that, assign, and you already assigned the activity, right? So if that's the case, you go to activity detail here, select the relationship. So in Primavera P6, it called predecessor. In here, the tab is relationship. So you see the site clearance have the successor. Now, if you assign the other time of predecessor in here, you can assign predecessor. So on the left side, you want to assign predecessor, in this case mobilization. So you can assign here and select it, the right tab appear and mobilization. You can add mobilization, so it will go in here. One side in the relationship tab, we have two. The left is the predecessor of that activity, the right is the successor of that activity. So mobilization, by default, it is finish start. So you see the relationship type. You can select the drop-down menu, start, and you can put the window out to see the lag, right? And you can change that to 4 days. 4 and that 4 day of lags. So that activity site clearance follow that. And then the second one is the rebar installation can start 5 days before rebar fabrication completed. So with that, we go to the rebar installation and we see the activity rebar fabrication. Instead of finish lag 0 days, it will be lead 5 days or lag negative 5 days, negative 5, that's where you put in for that relationship. And then the next one, the last one, activity I, which is concrete current, is removed and replaced with the Fs plus 3 days between concrete placement and backfilling. So how can we do that? We can remove activity current here. So you can delete that. Click in the wheelbar here. We can delete that activity. Yes, you can delete. So now you see the concrete current and backfilling in here. So you can replace backfilling with another relationship here, backfilling, assign relationship to the concrete placement, add, and lock 3 days. We need to wait for concrete placement 3 days, get it curbed before we can go ahead to backfill, and that we add the lock 3 days, so that you good to have for that. So at the end, you will run for that schedule. Go back, remember here, schedule or F9, or go to action, select schedule. So 3 ways that you can run. Now you schedule for that. You can select second, multiple that. You can explore that as well. And then you schedule now. You will run in, load in activities, and see how many days. It becomes 70 days from 68 days. And that's exactly what we did in our hand calculation. Exactly what is shown in Microsoft project. Exactly what is shown in Primavera P6 and now Primavera Cloud. So those are the alternative other time of relationship other than the finish to start relationship. And in the project, I require you to have some of them. So you have to read the rubric, what I require, the description in the project, so that you can make good use of other relationship and the lead lag factor.